The other day, I posted a list of trainers. I do want to inform everyone, like I did last night. I usually do it at a stoplight, taking a poop, possibly even eating a sandwich. So there's no science that goes into this. But apparently, I left out a very important person. I had several people want to fight me and kick me out of the state. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to bring Sam Franklin on. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me on, man.
I don't know anything about you. I know that absolutely a shit ton of children and families love you. Um, I mean, I live in Glenview, so I'm about 45, 50 minutes away from where you do your stuff. But how did you, so you're the Hinsdale South sophomore coach?
uh, that was a while ago, so I'm at Romeoville High School now, but I was at Hinsdale South for
Mm.
3 years.
So I'm glad we're gonna get to that Romeoville thing in a minute. So tell me
Okay.
how you got to where you are.
Yeah, man. I was always into basketball from a young age, and I met a guy online named Damon Altizer, who's a good friend of mine now that does what I do, and I didn't know that was a thing. Training was not really as big of a profession back then. Um, so when I met him, like, oh, you can do this. So I knew that whenever I was done playing, I wanted to be a trainer, and so I got my degree in exercise science. I started training some of my teammates in college, and stopped playing early and went all in on training the back half of my 2 years in college, and been doing it ever since.
What do you think makes Sam Franklin different than the 4,000 other trainers?
Different. I think it's a combination of you know doing it for the right reasons and results at the end of the day. There's a lot of ways to skin a cat. Everybody's got their own philosophy and training style, but relationships built doing it for the right reasons. They don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, and getting results at the end of the day. So
So I have a quote in my email. There was a guy named Dennis Rosen, long passed away, but he was a head coach at Ridgewood. He started a date overnight camp. His name was Dennis Rosen, and he had a quote that said, "Kids do not care how much you know until they know how much you care." And
it's
that's
it's it's
exactly
it's
kind
real.
of, yeah, right. I always say that, I mean, you can use that with adults too. Like I've been a principal before, and again, like change kids to teachers. Teachers don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, right? Um, I think that philosophy translates to a lot of different things in society, right? Um,
Absolutely.
so you're at Romeoville. Let's get to Romeoville real quick. As you see, I have a little smile on my face.
I could definitely see that.
All right. I know you have to be politically correct, but tell me about this Tim Winkler kid.
Well, Tim doesn't go to Romeoville anymore. So
Wait, what?
Tim is back in Florida. Yeah. So
Wait,
but
what? When did that
that's
happen?
right before school started. But yeah, I trained Tim Winkler from and started training him in middle school. So he is I've known that kid for a very, very long time. But yeah, he is back in Florida now.
Okay, so I know you have to be politically correct, but I do want to tell you, I think some of these dads are out of their minds. And I'm a father. I have three kids. Um, I just think the moving around isn't good socially. Um, and B, your resume says you've been at a million different schools. So I don't
Yeah,
I
it's a go ahead.
no, no, you go ahead. I want to hear what you have to say.
I was gonna say in general, he's got a weird situation because he's technically only been at two schools, even though He's sort of it sort of seems like he's bounced around.
Yep.
He's really only been at IMG and Oak Ridge. He was here for the summer, but he never actually went to school at Romeoville. So even though like on paper he was, he was a Spartan for about a month, he never actually was in school. He was enrolled, but he was enrolled in the summer. So, that's sort of the thing that's happened a couple of times for him. So I hear what you're saying. It's a little bit different for him because he's actually only gone to Oak Ridge and IMG. But in general, yes, I think I think that bouncing around schools is not a good thing, and having some stability. Circumstances happen, things come up for a variety of reasons, and kids are going to do what they do.
Sure.
We're in that sort of era now where I think the IHSA is talking about giving kids a one-time free transfer now.
They
I think I
sure
saw that
are.
somewhere. Um, but yeah, in general, I think some stability is a good thing.
You want to hear an awesome Jamari Fears dad story?
Sure.
I'm going to give you an awesome Fears story. This is awesome. You're going to love this. Okay. So the older brother, Jeremy, played for me when he was younger. And we're at Waukegan. This is so awesome, bro. This is so awesome, this story. So we're at Waukegan Fieldhouse and we're playing, and Jeremy kind of gets into it with another kid on the court. And Papa Fairs storms the court, grabs Jeremy, and starts screaming at him. So I'm thinking, like, oh, damn, right? Sam, you know what he was pissed about? That he didn't
No.
swing. Next time you swing, bro, we still talk about that shit to this day. He was in like
Joliet
fourth,
tough,
fifth
man.
grade. That's some tough stuff, bro. I'll never forget that. I always said if I had a son, I was gonna do that. You better swing next time. Like we thought he was mad at him for starting the fight. Such
No,
an
they're
awesome.
wired. Joliet guards are wired different. They're generally speaking very, very tough when it comes to stuff like that.
Tell me about Jamari. I just remember him as a first grader.
Yeah, man, Jamar's got a chance to be good. He is this is gonna
What
be
grade is he
a
in?
big he's a junior now, so it's gonna be a big year for him. He was on varsity for us last year. Um as more of a role player role, in terms of his job was to come in and play defense. He was probably our best perimeter defender, second best perimeter defender last year. And so his job was to come in and play defense and make the offense work, get his teammates quality shots. And this year he's going to be more of a stepping stone role for him to be one of our primary offensive scorer most likely. So it's going to be a big jump for him, and I think he's ready. So we're going to go as far as he takes us this year.
I think that he's been raised by some pretty good mentors that have had some successful careers. So
Yeah,
I think he'll be all right.
I'm sure
Tell
the
me
battles
more
they had
about
growing
the
up were diabolical for him getting knocked around by his older brothers. So I'm sure
all
that's
day
helped part
and
into
dad
it. Yeah,
and
no, most definitely.
tell me more about the Romeoville varsity team. Tell me about the season. Let's say there's 31 games. Tell me where you guys are going to finish. Tell me about your conference. I just want to hear it all.
Yeah, man, it should be an interesting year. We lost 7 or 8 seniors. So we have a much younger team this
Really?
year. I think we have one senior that will probably be projected to start, if I had to guess. So we've got a lot of sophomores and juniors in the rotation, and so we're going to be younger, and sort of figuring that out. So it's a bit of a rebuilding year for us, but I think we've got a chance to be good. We had some moments early in the summer where they're picking up full court, they're playing hard, they're getting some wins for some decent teams. So I think if we carry that energy that we had early in the summer into the season, that we could have a pretty solid season. In terms of the conference is pretty good. There's southwest suburbs, so you got
Out of
all
the
the
playing
Joliets.
fields, I see you have Southeast and Central. Which one's the better one?
Of Plainfield, Plainfield East will probably be the best of the playing fields this year. They've got a kid
Okay.
KJ Miller that's really good.
And then where do you see you guys finishing? And then I'll tell you where I have you finishing.
So the conference is split into two sides.
Hmm.
So the goal is to win your side of the conference. So you play everybody, but you play your side of the conference twice. So Bolingbrook and Oswego East are on the other side of the conference. So we're not competing with them to win conference. So our side of the conference is Joliet West, Plainfield East, Plainfield South, Joliet Central. So for us on our side, we're competing with Joliet West and Plainfield East to win conference. And then on the other side, usually uh, Bolingbrook and Oswego East are competing for that top spot. So
So I have Romeoville in the Prairie East, Romeoville, then Joliet West, Plainfield East, Plainfield South, and then whatever, Joliet Central, Plainfield Central.
that sounds about right. I'm not mad at that at all.
And then in the West, I have Bolingbrook, Oswego East, Oswego, Plainfield North, Yorkville, Manuka.
Yeah, I think that that sounds, especially at the top, that sounds pretty close to the way it'll probably end up shaking out.
I
That's
mean,
not bad, man.
Oswego, I think Oswego will be really good when Ethan and Cole are juniors.
Yeah, they've got a chance. They've still got a chance to be
Yeah,
pretty good this year, but
yeah.
they're going to be heavily relying on my guy Ethan to put up some numbers.
And he will. He
Yeah,
will.
he averaged 18 last year, so I would hope that he could level that up a little bit. I don't think he'll need to do as much this year as he did last year, to be fair. But yeah, they have a chance to be really really solid this year.
What what's the scout? So if I'm playing against Ethan, I'm coaching against him. What's your scout? How do I
You
stop
want to
Ethan Hall?
you have to have a high pickup point because he has no qualms about pulling up from the volleyball line if you let him. Don't go under any ball screens. Be really, really physical with him, both on and off the ball, and you're going to have to make him work. And ideally, don't let him get the ball back once he gives it up early in possession. Make someone else beat you and get them into offense.
Give me a scout for Brady Pettigrew besides praying before you play him.
For Brady, based on what I've seen, uh, you're going to want to put someone with some pretty good size on
Mhm.
him that can make him work, and then you're going to want to force him to be more of a jump shooter than a driver. I think that is probably if there's one thing that I've seen that he can really improve is the 3-point shooting. Um, and so it's not that he can't shoot threes, but like if you're gonna have him take a shot from any level, that's the level you want him to take the shot from. So if you can get him to take more jumpers and get to the rim less and keep him out of transition, which is hard to do with Bolingbrook in any way, that's gonna be probably your best method of getting stops on him.
And praying.
Yeah, you'll have to do a little bit of that as well. But
So,
a
dude,
big
you
body
guys
and
have a
forcing him to
shit
shoot
ton of
threes is
talent,
gonna be tough.
man. Down by you guys, like it is loaded way more than it is up in the north suburbs. Like I don't know when
Yeah,
this happened.
it's there's a lot of kids with a lot of ability out here. Between Ethan and Cole and Brady in the sophomore class, all within like a 30-minute radius of each other. Even with the 2027 class, you've got Oswego East as a kid. Bennett has a few kids that are really, really good in the 27 class, like 26 class. We've got Mason Lockett out here, another kid I work with. There's some talent, man.
Dude, I told my wife. So my wife, she's from Hazel Crest. She went to HF,
Okay.
and I'm from up in the north suburbs, and that's where we live. And I'm sold. I'm sold on moving our family. Like I have a 7-year-old son who you would love actually. He's a bad motherfucker. And yeah, man, like there's so much talent. Like I went over to that Shoot 360 place.
hmm
And I mean, why don't we have anything like that in the north suburbs? Because the southwestern suburbs is hot. Dude, you guys are loaded. How about this? If I did an all-star game on of regions, you guys would win.
I would definitely think so, top to bottom. Um,
Yeah.
Chicago is a little bit down right now in terms of the
Kids are
public league
leaving.
specifically.
Yep.
Um, and even before that, we had Davion last year and this before he went to Link. In terms of top talent. So yeah, I mean, you take the whole southern part of the state would be one area. You got the north suburbs, you got the city, you got the southwest suburbs. Like there's a lot of good stuff going on down here, and it's very fortunate for me being a trainer that I get access to some nice talent to work with, and with there being plenty of trainers out here, um, there's enough for everybody to to go around, so to speak.
I think there's more trainers than Uber drivers in Chicago.
You would probably be right about that statement. I'm not going to argue with you on that one. It's a very low barriers to entry job, for better or worse.
So I have a 7-year-old that I refuse to pay for anything, right? I'm not paying for that.
I don't
And
train kids that young, so I don't really begrudge a
yeah,
parent for
so
not
no, but
getting them
what I'm
training that
saying
young.
is when I watch stuff, first of all, put my dude through a high school workout, he'll be fine. He can shoot easily on 10 feet. Um, a lot of guys, it seems like they go on YouTube, grab a few videos, and then bring it. Do you specialize? So, like, if you have let's say that 7-footer Cole from Oswego, and then
Mhm.
you have Ethan in the gym, are they doing the same things or do you specialize?
So at certain points of the workout, they'll be doing the same thing, right? So I'm really big on every player being able to dribble, pass, and shoot,
Yep,
regardless of position. So,
yep.
Cole is going to do uh within reason, there's obviously a skill gap with the ball handling, right? But if I can, they're going to do the same ball handling drills because I think that 7-footers that can dribble, it expands their game, allows them to do a lot more things in terms of even just being able to make a decision in a short roll, being able to make a decision and play dribble handoff basketball or attack a closeout, whatever the case is. So at certain points in the workout, they'll do the same things. And then at other points, they'll be working on different things. And in certain drills, they'll be doing different things within the same drill, especially if we do something related to like a ball screen or a handoff action or something like that. So if I have, and I generally speaking have bigs and guards in the same workouts a lot with my older groups. So ball handling, shooting stuff, or spot shooting specifically will be some of the same stuff. And then once we get into some of the finer details, they'll have places where they break off and do different things.
I have a 7-footer who should be the poster boy for all your bigs. My boy Danny Wolf on the Nets.
Oh yeah, Danny is really really good. One of my friends used to work with him and coach
Who,
him a little bit. So I know he works with Zach Boster. He also used to work with Stan Boating, who's a good friend
of
of mine.
course, man. We were all at the draft.
Yeah, man. So
Yeah, we were all at the draft in June. Unfortunately, I didn't get to go to the draft party because I had my 7-year-old with me.
yeah,
Um,
that'll mess your plans up a little bit with
yeah,
the afterwards,
but
but cool experience for your
dude,
kid.
two really, yeah, I mean, the pictures we have, um, two really good dudes, Zach and I mean, Stan. I mean, I hate Stan because I like him so much.
It's
He is
a good
such a
problem to
good,
have.
yeah, I mean, him and Zach, they're just stand-up guys, not money grabbers, take pride in what they do, 100%. So those are two names, man. Those are good names to drop to me. I was a little nervous. I was like, is he gonna drop a name that I don't know? Thank God. I still feel shitty that I didn't know who you were. I will tell you that.
It's whatever. I'm not. This is not something I got into for notoriety or
Yep.
to it's about the players at the end of the day. Um, but
Did
yeah, I
you
mean,
like my did you like my
there's a
apology
lot of
post?
trainers in the state. It's hard to know everybody.
Did you like my apology post?
I was very surprised. Honestly, I didn't even see the initial post at first. I
Oh,
got I was like, why is my Instagram blowing up? I'm like, Oh, this is interesting. Okay. I
Dude,
was
I'm a stand-up man, man. If I'm wrong, I'll always say it. Except to my wife. I won't say it to my wife,
oof,
but to everyone else. Um, Come on, man. I got to keep upper hand in this marriage. She's really good looking, so I got to keep some upper hand.
there we go. Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, there's a lot of good trainers out this way, man. You've got I just mentioned Stan, obviously.
you have
There
Starwood.
I know Starwood very well. We share a couple clients. Um, you've got Jordan Newman out in the North Suburbs is a really good friend of mine. Um, Nick Wansel in one training. He works with Davion and Brady. There's this guy Dennis that trains out of the same gym that I do as well. That's got a few pro clients. Does a really good, nice job. I'm just trying to go off the top of my head, but yeah, there's a lot of really, David Brown out here is a little bit further west than I am, but there's a lot of really good trainers uh in this area. It's kind of hard to know who everybody is. Mike Brooks, I know he was another one that was getting
Dude,
some motion in your comment
bro, I
section.
coached him. I'm old. I coached him as a 15.
Man, it's
And
crazy.
now look at him.
Yeah, he's another guy I share a client or two with.
Did you
So
ever get a chance to see Mike play?
we're around the same age, but not really.
Bro, he could go, man. He had a change of speed that was ridiculous. I mean, Mike Brooks can score from anywhere on the court. He was he was impressive. And then I didn't see him for years, and then we reconnected. You know Scotty Lindsay?
Yeah, from Northwestern, right?
Yes. So they're I guess they're really close, and he trained Scotty. Scotty's still trying to live the dream in the G League. Um, but man, when I saw Brooks, first of all, I felt old because again, I coached him when he was a 15. Second, I'm so happy he's sharing with kids his stuff because bro, he was a player, man. He was and his dad was crazy. So Mike, when you
And
do this, just know I remember how crazy your dad was.
yeah,
Um,
man, that's
old. I hate it. So what made you want to get into doing this stuff?
I was injured a lot as a player, so I was
Mhm.
constantly having to sort of start from scratch and
Where were
build.
you? Where'd you play?
I went to Nequa Valley, and then
Okay.
I went to the College of DuPage, and then I finished at Elmhurst University.
Yeah.
Ended up not playing at Elmhurst, and I went sort of all in on. I started training kids in college while I was there, and so I just went all in on that. But yeah, I was just even in high school, I was injured a lot, so I was always having to try to build myself back up, and sort of kind of fell in love with the process of it, and I worked a side job at the YMCA for a few summers in a row, and it was always coaching
Thanks.
kids and did some training there. And I was like, man, I could make way more than $9 an hour if I did this by myself. So I went and started doing it by myself, and was able to go full time about a year after graduating college. So it's been up since then. So
What is the West Suburban Dream?
that is a old AAU program. I don't think they exist anymore.
Hmm, okay. I know.
It was a girls program that I used to do some training for.
Okay. And then you do NBA pre-draft workouts as well?
Yeah, I have done the combine a few times. There's an agent that if he's more of a smaller in terms of he does a lot with borderline NBA guys, and so if he ever has prospects that are out this
Is his
way,
name Keith?
no, his name is Duncan Lloyd,
Okay.
and so whenever he has clients out this way, I'll do their pre-draft out here, and then if he has a client that's not out this way, but they need a pro day at the draft, then he'll have me come do the pro day for the guys. So I've done I want to say 2 or 3 pro days at the combine, and then I've done pre-draft a few different times for a few different guys that have been in and out of the league.
Hey, dude, do you ever yell? You're such a calm guy.
Yeah, you should. I'm calm right now. If you hear me coach with my high
Yeah,
school team,
I
you'll
gotta
see a
hear you
very
coach,
different,
bro. Like I'm
very,
sitting
very
there.
different vibes.
Yeah, man, I need to see that. Which tryouts was it this morning or is it after school?
After school, I've never been a morning tryout, morning practice guy. I think that it's sort of fake toughness to me. I think that all the research says that you're going to get more out of kids and more out of people
100%.
if they are able to get 8 hours of sleep and function
100%.
at after 9 o'clock. So if I can do something after school, I'm going to do it after school 100% of the time.
My buddy at Schaumburg does mornings because he wants to weed out the kids that aren't serious.
For that aspect of it, every now and then I get it. Doing it all the time, it's just
I'm with you, bro.
kids don't want to wake up early. I don't want to wake up early. I train full time. I'm gonna go right back home. I'm gonna be up and have nothing to do. So it's I'd rather them be after school and they can get home in a reasonable hour and do some homework.
100%, man.
So we'll have trials at 2:30 today.
Nobody's ready to work early in the morning.
No, kids are still, and it's hard on the parents too. At my age level, the kids can't drive themselves. Uh so it's even harder to do that stuff. You're asking more of the parents. So for me, like our school, they have a bus that can take them home after practice. So it's easier to just have them go right after school and do the tryout then and make sure they make the activity bus.
If we did a one-on-one tournament, me versus you, I'm joking, with Cole Kelly, Ethan Vall, Brady Pettigrew, we'll say Amari Williams. Who's winning that one-on-one tournament?
Hmm. I
Because playing
think
one-on-one is different than 5-on-5.
it is very different than 5-on-5. Some things translate and some things don't. Um, I think I might go with. I think I got. That's a tough one. I got to rock with my guy Ethan.
I love it. Why?
When it's close, I'm always going to bias towards my players. So that's my answer. And
Um,
I think he's probably the best shot maker of the group.
okay,
Also,
I'll go with that. I'll go with that. Over Cole Kelly too, huh? That's good. I
Cole
like it.
Cole is special, man. He's got a chance to be really, 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 really good. He goes to my alma mater. I've seen him play quite a bit.
Mhm.
The size and shooting combo is special for sure.
I think that out of that group, and if I offend anyone, I'm sorry. I think Brady and Cole have a chance to make it to the league out of that group of
No,
kids.
no, they no question have a chance if they do all the right things.
Yep. Yep. They have that. I can't tell you what that is, but they have it. You know what I mean? And the last kid I witnessed having it was the first round pick of the Pelicans, Mr. Fears.
I
Like
saw him play
when
as a sixth grader the first time, and I
was
saw it
he
back then.
unbelievable?
So I'm playing up in eighth grade as a sixth grader, and I was extremely impressed back then.
Yep. I had him as a third and fourth grader, and he was just, you couldn't guard him. He was unbelievable.
the scoring instincts on that kid are. I mean, you're seeing what he's doing now as a rookie with the Pelicans. So
Yeah, man, he was born to be a basketball player.
yeah,
And and the oldest, bro, he's tough.
trust me, we got to see both of them. They're always at our head coach, Mark Howard. He coached Fear Senior in AAU. They're very close. So we see at the
Where did he
athletic
play
center.
AAU? I know he went to
Who?
Ohio. Fairs. I know he went to Ohio, Fair Senior,
I
but
don't know
where
what
did
the team
he
that
AAU?
Mark coached them on was called, but
He went to
I
Joliet
know.
West, right?
Hmm?
The dad went to Joliet West.
Yeah, I think it was Joliet Township back then. I think it was one school.
Oh, okay.
Um, there was a time where they were separated, then they came together. It was one school, and then they separated back, and now you've got Central and West.
Okay.
Um, but um, but yeah, Mark, our the RHS head coach, he coached for your senior in AAU. They're still very close to this day, and yeah. So Jeremy and Jeremiah were in our gym, not our gym, Romeoville, but the athletic center all the time, working out and coaching against them when they were both playing at West. We got to see it very up close and personal. It's not fun to have to prep against.
No, they were good, man. They still are. The little one's better, but they're both tough as shit, man. I would love to have seen the fights that went on in that house growing up.
Oh, I'm sure they there were some scraps when they're all three of them playing 21 or 32 or whatever they're playing in the backyard.
Oh, I can't even. All of them are such competitors. I guarantee Papa Fears was getting in that shit too, throwing elbows.
Almost
And
definitely.
so to wrap up, this is what I would like to do. I would like you to share with everyone in 98 years when Sam Franklin moves on to the basketball gods. I have to say that. I don't want to say like 10 years. I don't want to say like 20 years. But in 98 years, how does Sam Franklin want to be remembered by families and kids?
I would love to be remembered as someone that cared and got the best out of all the players that he worked with. And that it was more than it wasn't just basketball. I think that that's one of my favorite parts about training is the relationships I get to build with the kids and being part of the development process, especially for the kids. I've got kids in college that I started with when they were in middle school. So that would be uh, the main thing is that it wasn't just about basketball and he was he developed a lot of really high level talent. That would probably be the two main things. If I could pick anything.
Go with it. That's nice. It's rewarding. If I am a dad. If I wanted to get a hold of Sam Franklin to train my kids, how do I get a hold of you?
You can DM me on Instagram at Sam Franklin B-ball, or you can go to my website, samfranklinbasketball.com, and there's a lot of contact info on both of those places.
And where do you do your stuff?
So I train out of Romeoville and out of Naperville. So those are the two cities that I train out of in the southwest suburbs.
I love it. And what age do you start with?
I start with middle school, so maybe just below middle school, like fifth grade and up. So fifth grade all the way to professionals.
My second grader's pissed. I get it.
Maybe someday I'll get back to that age group. I spent a
Yeah.
lot of time working at the YMCA. I'm a little scarred from those summers.
So this is what I'll tell you. I 100% agree with you, especially a lot of little kids training. Um, my son came out of my wife an athlete. So like you can yell at him, scream at him, and he does this. You know what I mean? Like if you told Jonah, nah, that's too much for you, bro's gonna go, man. He's gonna still try it. Um, and we actually struggle with him with finding friends because he has been around so many older dudes since he came out of my wife that like he's not socially awkward in a bad way. He's socially awkward to a 7-year-old because he likes stuff that like we like and like 10-year-olds and 12-year-olds like, right? When
Hmm.
he was on a tackle football team, the kids were running around playing grab ass. What was Jonah doing? Staring at the coach. You know what I mean? So I totally agree with you. For the most part, the youngins, it's rough. Um, oh, man, I'm so glad we talked. I never knew you, and now I feel like we're old time friends.
There we go. Appreciate you having me on, man. This was fun.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully, I gave you
I
some good names whenever you make a another list to add on.
bro, Sam, you should see some of the direct messages I got. Like, relax, people. Like, I hope you care about like your children's success as much as me not putting a name on a list. Like it was, and then let me, Sam, I had trainers that didn't know I realized, like they would make a comment and then I would get flooded with parent comments. Like, come on, you don't think I knew you told those parents to comment on my Insta? Like, come on, bro. It's not that serious.
I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, that's not really what I do
Exactly.
training for. So, it's always nice to be recognized, but if you're not,
Yeah.
like, as long as you know what you bring to the table and what your worth is, that's
S-
I didn't comment on the original post. I saw it because a lot of
No
my
Sam
clients
Franklin B-ball? That's
were
crazy.
commenting, so it is what it is at the end of the day, man.
Well, you've made my list.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, bro. You have a great day and I hope to see you soon.
You as well. Have a good one.
All right. Bye.